Hello and welcome to the Westwood Mailroom, the show that takes three embittered and enraged individuals and tells them to select just one object that they are going to banish from the world of internet-based television. Joining me today, I have three absolutely enraged and vicious individuals, I'm sure. First is David McIver, an English student who once received a teddy bear, stuffed teddy bear, from Daley Thompson, is a decathlete?
A very famous decathlete.
A very famous decathlete, who I don't know because I don't know sport. Harry Bignell, whose dad's nose was once on Richard and Judy.
Yeah,
just his
just
nose.
the nose.
No
yeah.
more, just on the side of the screen.
profile, the nose.
And we have Alex Dinsdale, who is unable to think up of interesting facts.
I thought that to be a fact to do with our topic. Do you want an interesting fact about
any interesting fact if you want.
I once met the cast of Coronation Street.
The whole cast?
Some of them. As a big cast. But
I'm not a you soap people.
Not at all, no.
I watched them on Christmas, they're pretty bad.
So when did you meet them?
they were like milling around somewhere near where I was.
All right.
To come past across.
Very secretive.
I don't know why they were there.
meet them in a shady alleyway or something.
I was a big Corrie fan as a child.
Oh right.
I don't know why.
So it was quite a reward for you then.
Oh yeah.
Were you still a fan at the time of meeting them?
Yeah.
That was good. That was
I knew all
good,
their names. Well, not the real. I knew their character names.
All right. You didn't know who the actors were.
No.
So you were just talking to them as though you were
I didn't really talk
interacting
to them. I
with.
was like,
Oh, they were just there, like
Yeah.
a picture.
yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's go. David, what's the thing that you're going to put into the Westwood Mailroom today?
Right, I'm going for quite a serious topic this
Mm.
week, and I hope I'm not attacking everything you hold dear.
Right.
When I say I'd really like to get rid of the taps in the third floor men's toilets, the library extension.
Right.
Yeah, it's quite controversial.
Why those
Yeah.
taps?
Well, basically the water pressure is just all wrong. I mean, they've got
Too high or too low?
Well, too high. It's like a regulation fire hose, you know.
Right,
And
right.
you put your hands in there a little bit. It's like trying to wash your hands in a tsunami, and it just all splashes everywhere, and it just leaves your abdomen and crotch area
Yes.
completely sprinkled just everywhere, and it looks like you don't know how to weep.
Is it a two-tap system? Is there like hot
No,
and cold,
you
or is
don't-
it a single?
If it was a two-tap system, it wouldn't be a problem. You know, that'd be marvellous.
Would there not?
Actually, it'd be more of a problem anyway.
There'd be twice the problem.
Yeah,
then, I think.
that is true.
Depending on.
Sorry, burning water over the crotch is going to be worse than cold water over
Yeah.
the crotch as
Yeah.
well.
Well, you don't get any choice of the temperature. That's yet another
So
problem with this issue.
we can at least be glad that it's not scalding hot water. So it's
Well, it's a bit
a.
warmer than I'd like it. But
Is it like a mix? Well, can you choose the temperature?
No, it's just one of those things which got
Just-
a big button and you like punch it,
Oh, them.
and then it's just like,
Yeah.
and then for like 3 seconds it's like the most powerful thing in the world, and then it just stops.
And yeah, there's nothing you can do about them.
No.
They just have one
Yeah.
second.
You'd stand to the side and fire the people behind you, have a laugh,
Yeah.
then sort of put your
That
hands
could
in
lead to
quick.
some kind
And,
of bathroom riot.
yeah, it sounds great.
It only seems like people are going to get more wet though if you do that. Like my problem is that I'm getting too wet when I'm doing this. I don't see how
If
that
you,
wouldn't
if
really
you
cut
stand
down on the
aside,
problem.
you won't be getting wet, you'll be getting others wet, and you'll look even more dry in
Yeah, but the thing is,
comparison.
if you start having a water fight in these places, people are bound to retaliate. You know, it's only going to escalate.
Yeah.
Before you know it, everyone's soaking wet in the toilets. Hey.
There's also the how do you get people to queue behind you in a like for there's normally ample sinks.
No, there's 3 sinks.
What there's always a lack of is dryers in a toilet because
Mm.
it's always like 3 sinks and 1 hand
Yeah.
dryer.
Why
And
don't
it's,
you
it's
just
a
They
Dyson
like-
Airblade as well, so everyone's really keen to get to it.
Well, at least they go through it quickly.
That's
Because
true.
the older ones, you never got your hands dry.
And you sort of have to like, oh, just pretend you're done. Just like, why
Yeah,
not?
as
Oh,
soon as you
finish
can see
now.
out of the corner of your eye that the next person's finished doing the wetting of their hands.
You don't want to get a reputation as a hand dry hogger.
No, I think I have a reputation like that because I generally just think, no, I'm just going to stay here until my hands are dry. This is a comment
Well,
on the hand dryer.
Yeah,
not-
you have a right to.
if it, well,
A little bit.
sort of.
You should just start like a soggy trend. Just strut out of the bathroom with your wet abdomen, your wet crotch, and be like, and what?
Make it fashionable.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
Just stand next to the toilet and be like, I meant for this to happen.
Mm.
It's quite hard because either you do that and you're like, oh yeah, I'm just walking out. Like you try and call people's bluffs, being like, well, if it was we over myself, then surely I wouldn't be this like I wouldn't have such bravado about it. But or you'd be like, oh, you just want to try and walk out and hope no one
That's
notices.
the thing.
And then you look more suspicious.
If you see someone walking around and they're just sprayed with water, if I saw someone like that, I would think, oh, they've obviously had a problem with the tap. not that they've
Yeah.
pissed themselves.
Unless they look really shifty, which you might if
That's-
you've got...
yeah.
If you do
Smell
piss
slightly.
yourself, then cover yourself up more. That's my advice to you.
Is that from personal
Wear like a
experience?
long
Yeah.
jumper or something that could fall down and cover it. That sort of. Sometimes you get sort of
My advice, if you're still pissing yourself at 18, is to maybe invest in some kind of toilet training.
yeah, or
It's a
some
bit
sort
of a
of
problem, really.
medication even.
Yeah,
That
or
might
you know,
solve
you
it.
can get adult nappies.
You can.
Yeah,
Although yes,
If,
although,
if anything, though, adult nappies are even sort of... go down even worse with the women than the sprinkled crotch does.
that's what you think. Are you a woman? Personally, I find nothing sexier than the adult nappy.
Nappy.
Just rip it straight off them, incontinent bastards.
I think, are there some people, I wonder, like, and it might be particularly prominent in the library, people who see someone who is covered in water frontwise and think, oh, they have pissed themselves. Like, is there anyone who thinks that first? Or are there people who think, well, they've probably just got in the muddle with the tap, but I'm actually going to think instead that they've pissed themselves because I now don't like them? Or how malicious are people, though? That's
I'm sure there are just crowds of people just sort of standing around the exit of the third floor extension library
Yeah.
toilets, just sort of waiting so that someone can come out and they can think it.
Maybe-
hurt them with their thoughts.
Waiting to sort of point and line.
maybe it's a plot or something like that. Maybe they've deliberately done the tap like that.
Oh, probably. No one's changed it back yet.
Anyway, well, that's it's quite convincing. It is like, you know, I'll have to listen to the other two before I know, but you know, I'm siding that way. Harry, what was your thing that you wanted to put in?
Granted, that's rather irritating, but not quite as irritating as people who put on a facade to make themselves more interesting, particularly when you're first meeting them. I mean, have you ever come across these people? It happened to me quite a lot in Freshers Week, where I was feeling uncomfortable enough as it was, trying to, you know, get to know people, and someone had introduced themselves, and you'd be like, oh yeah, so tell me something about yourself. I'm just mad. Like, what do you do with I'm just mad? The amount of times I've had, I'm so random, so weird, don't be my friend. I actually had that once. It was, I'm so mad, don't
someone
be my
said,
friend.
don't be my friend.
Yeah, but it was like, as if it was a good thing, as if I'd automatically go, no, you are mental, I want to be your
Yeah.
friend.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah, exactly. It's severely irritating.
Is the temptation in that situation when if someone says don't be my friend to say okay and just walk off?
Obviously, yeah.
Please tell me
if
you said
somebody's,
that.
yeah, if somebody's there going, oh, I'm so mad, don't be my friend, I'm crazy. I'm like, all right, see you later
Yeah.
then.
People
Just
who
going to meet
change their
somebody
names
else.
as well. There are some people here who've done that in Freshers. Like,
Change
what
their
way?
names.
I can't like out anyone. I think someone knows too. They're like, they're like, my name's Stefano, and it's actually like Harry, but they just go with it
So-
all year.
Wish I'd thought of that. Stefano's a
that's
bit
fine.
cooler than Harry, but no,
It's
it's
quite
just,
fashionable,
yeah.
Stefano, isn't it?
It's severely irritating when you're trying to strike up conversation with somebody
Hmm.
and their intro is so random. You're like,
As though that's a conversation starter or something.
well, yeah.
Have these people not learnt the rules
Exactly,
of conversation? That's
yeah.
not an opening.
I had someone, the same person who did the I'm mad, don't be my friend thing. Went, ask all of my friends, I'm mental. And I'm like, so now you have friends, but you've said don't be my friend?
Yes.
It's just a horrible situation
And,
to find oneself
and this
in.
person's friends have agreed that she's completely
Yeah,
mental
completely
and they haven't
insane.
done anything.
Yeah.
So they're not very good friends if she's genuinely mental.
Yeah.
Which is...
You
What's
should, you should
even
follow
more-
their bluff and try getting sectioned or something.
I should, yes. Oh, that's
Yes.
a good idea, actually.
Ask, say, would you like me to call your helper or something like
Yeah.
that?
What's even more irritating is those people that will say to you, I'm such a nerd. You're like,
Yes.
I'm such a nerd. You might as well just look at me and go, I'm cleverer than you. That's what's going on here. Someone said to me, oh, what mark did you get in the test? I told them my mark. Admittedly, I'd done worse than they had. And she goes, oh, don't worry about it. I'm just such a nerd. And I was like, I love academia. That was another one. I was like, good for you. You're essentially saying to me, I'm supremely intelligent and I know it.
And it's the way they say it as well. It's like
Yeah.
that voice just comes over them when
Yeah,
they say
and the
it.
hands. It's
Yeah.
this. Oh, God.
Oh my god, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that
It's,
sort of thing.
oh, it's so irritating. That can go in the room. That is just the worst thing somebody could say as an introduction.
Does it happen more in the humanities department? Because I've sort of know of it happening, but mainly through sketch shows. But does it happen a lot in your
It
department?
happens a lot, yes. I'm not going to lie.
That is
It happens quite a lot. The worst is the people as well who actually will acknowledge the situation and say, it's really irritating. I have a friend who actually was talking and he said to another friend of mine, I really hate it when people sort of introduce themselves and then say something like, I'm crazy, just to seem more interesting. And then he went on to say, I mean, I myself am just naturally eccentric. And the friend who he said this to then later reported it to me and was like, it's just the funniest thing. And it's now become a fairly running joke of, I'm naturally eccentric. It's just kind of...
Are they also quite loud people in lectures? Are they the one that always, like whenever the lecturer says something, they always have to have a question and they always ask it really loudly,
Yeah.
Right from the back of the hall, everyone can hear it, it just resonates throughout the room.
Or they'll do something like drop a pen and it'll bounce down a couple of the steps, roar with laughter, and you get classic me.
Oh,
And you're like,
God.
Classic me? What is classic me?
I do say classic me quite a lot.
Then you can go in the room as far
Depends
as I'm
whether,
concerned.
because I imagine you'd say it ironically. Like,
Well, yeah. I
not
don't
in
know.
a serious way. I imagine these
yeah.
people are saying it in a
I
sort
would-
of serious
It's
way.
It's like, that is classic you. I like that phrase.
Classic
That's
you is
classic
a lot
you.
nicer than classic me, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's when people say it about themselves.
Yeah,
like,
it sort of suggests I'm such a personality.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
look at my personality. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Or you
radiant?
use it as if someone's done something really out of the ordinary. It's like, that is classic you.
Mm. Or if they have quite.
surely,
Yeah,
if
quite
it was
something,
out
isn't
of
it?
the ordinary, then it wouldn't be classic them if it's
But
a
it's
rare
like-
That's why it
occurrence.
works so well. That's why it's so
That's why it
magical.
works.
You know, it's
The
wonder
biggest
of irony.
contradiction.
People are like,
Yeah.
you're playing on my assumptions here. What are you, some kind of wizard?
Are you some kind
Some
of
kind of
wizard?
comedy wizard?
But also, the word nerd is apparently becoming a sort of badge of honour.
Yeah, a popular
It's
thing.
like
Piece
braces,
of chic
thick
and all of
glasses.
this. Yeah.
It's
Mm.
actually really offensive when really cool people are like, oh, I'm such a nerd. I wear like big glasses. Oh, look at me.
Yeah, yeah.
And like actually,
As though
being a
that's what
nerd,
makes you a nerd.
I'm sure, like
Is it the Brian Cox effect? Because he's been sort of popularised by television that now.
Brian Cox sort of like isn't really a nerd. Like, he's probably a proper nerd. It's these people who are like, Brian Cox is just trying to sell his stuff. Fair play to that man. But like, these people have no souls. They're just like empty inside, and they're just.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
like they're compensating for the fact that they have no personality
Yeah.
by just ascribing fashionable attributes to themselves.
This is it. It's become all about a
We've-
look, hasn't
yeah.
it? It's kind of. I had somebody say to me, "I'm going to start dancing really ghetto, and I'm going to become really ghetto." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So wearing certain kind of clothing makes you really ghetto, does it? Or I'm really alternative. I just, everybody goes one way, I'll go the other way. And it's like, yeah, but that's what everybody's trying to do.
Yeah.
So technically, you're going with everybody
Yes.
else.
Being alternative is suddenly not alternative.
Yeah, exactly. It's this sort of desperation to come across as something that people feel the need to say, I'm just so alternative. I hate mainstream.
This is
I'm
quite
such
like
a
pop
nerd.
now. Like, Call Me Maybe, because everyone's
Oh.
like, I hate Call Me Maybe, and I'm just like, I quite like Call
it's
Me
quite a
Maybe.
fun song.
It's a lovely
God,
song.
no, it's a lovely song. I would describe it as lovely.
It's just so joyful when she's like, she's crazy. That bit
And
is.
it's quite innocent as well, because it's not like, oh, we're in the club, we're gonna abuse some ladies and be objectifying women and stuff. It's just like, hey, I just met you.
You could
This
make
is
a
crazy.
career out of that, yeah. That's
What, the whole-
brilliant. That little
That
thing
whole-
Go
you
to the
did
club,
there.
objectify some women.
Fantastic.
You just got to hope somebody watching is going to turn that into a remix
Yeah.
now and you'll become like
So,
a
yeah.
YouTube
If there aren't
sensation.
music producers
Could
watching.
auto-tune you. That would be quite good.
Um,
If anyone out there's got the skills to auto-tune, we'd like to see that. You can mention it on our chat room, which you can find somewhere on the internet, the world that is the internet. You'll probably see a link to it right next to where you're watching this. We're about to go to a break anyway. We'll come back and hear all of your stories and things you hate after the break. While we go to the break, of course, the four of us will cease to exist and will simply become merely a figment of your imagination. So please come back or we'll die. Well, welcome back to the Westwood Mailroom. Thank you for not killing us with your imagination, because, well, nothing's happened here. This place has ceased to be in reality since you last saw us. That is how the internet works. Right, we've heard from two of you. We've just got to hear from you, Alex. So, what do you want to put in?
Right. The month of January, just in general, it's just like, I think I read it's the time, I don't want to bring it down, but like, I think it's the time when most people kill themselves in the year, most people get divorced. It's like, Christmas is over, there's nothing coming for ages, and it's all like this push, like, I saw a sign in the shop, like, it's quite fairly into January now. Like, I expect on the 2nd of January, it's like, new year, new you. Like, there's Weight Watchers signs everywhere. Everyone's got these New Year's resolutions, which are never going to happen. Everyone's wishing you a Happy New Year. Like, I don't want to be wished a Happy New Year. Like, New Year's Eve is where it should end. And I should be like, oh, I hope the next year's going to be good and reminisce. And then I just want it all to stop and I could just get on with my life again. I don't want to have to be told that I'm going to enjoy the rest of the year because, like, otherwise I'm not like Happy New Year in the middle of March, even though I want people to have a good. It's just meaningless and what else? There's like nothing to look for. There's like so there's nothing in January. Valentine's Day is like the soulless experience that is. Pancake Day, that's pretty good.
Oh, I've never sort of had Pancake Day.
What?
So I don't like pancakes really.
What is wrong with
How do you
you?
not like pancakes? It's batter. Everyone loves batter.
Apart from
It's just fat in a pan. It's great.
Yeah, well, normally I would like that, but it's just a bit sort of because
Like
you put
chocolate.
things on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, sugar and
a bit
lemon. It's
overwhelming.
amazing.
chocolate sauce.
I find it a bit
It's
overwhelming.
like a naughty pleasure as well.
I
'Cause you're doing the
sometimes
whole
have,
diet
like,
thing, and then you're like, no, it's
It's like
pancake day.
Yeah, diet.
Slice
what
of
what day
steak.
of the year is it?
It's
Shrove
normally about the
Tuesday.
26th of February, but it alternates.
that's
through the Christmas
that's
calendar.
loads after January. That's
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's like nothing to look
Yeah.
forward to, and then there's Easter, I suppose. But Easter's like you get chocolate, but to be fair, I could eat chocolate like all the time. If you know what I mean.
you wouldn't live very long, but
No, but like Easter eggs, like they're not special anymore, and there's like cream eggs, but like there's nothing good in January, and like I said, like people are just generally miserable.
so would you like simply December to finish, and then it just goes straight to February?
I'd like to live in what's it called? Australia. I forgot continent. Like where they have the Christmas is really hot, and then it's basically your summer.
All right. So
And spring is spring is like the worst season.
really?
Yeah.
Spring's lovely.
Spring's
Oh,
good.
okay.
I really-
But everything's
Okay,
coming out.
Let me
It's
explain this to
starting.
you. Right. So there are 4 seasons. We can all agree that summer's the best.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
You're on the
I don't
right.
I would have said spring is the best.
What? Okay. The thing with spring is it's like summer's coming, and it takes so long to get there. And by the time I've been told summer's coming, I just don't enjoy summer.
Yeah, but part of the joy of spring is that winter's finished as well.
No, but like I like
You through
winter.
the-
Like at least with winter you've got
Hang on.
excuse-
So
January's
you really
winter,
like summer
so
and
actually,
winter?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite
so-
unusual because
and
most people
autumn.
just you just absolutely hate spring.
Yeah.
So
I
then
think
why
that's
do you
good,
want
actually.
January to go? Because then you'll bring
Yeah,
spring
January's
closer.
winter.
No, because I sort of think of January as like the start of spring.
Right.
Because
But
I know
we've
it's
had
not.
snow.
But no, but like okay.
It's like the
No,
coldest point of the
Winter's
year.
really
surely.
good because the start of winter is like fantastic, and then it just sort of like brings January and February in, if you know what I mean.
When do you consider to be the start of winter?
The start of winter, November the 1st.
That's sort of it.
No,
Right.
December.
It's more like it's December.
Yeah.
December because November's autumn. Yeah, like end of November. I don't know. It's just like
So you basically have 1 month of winter, which is December.
also everyone's like. Yeah, but it's a good bit. December's great. Everyone's spring is like baby lambs and like but I
Also,
prefer eating lamb than watching them be born. So when they're born isn't really a.
Surely
Don't know.
January is just what you make it. We've had lovely sunny weather today. We've
The
had
snow was no. Oh, I don't like this. The snow this year just hasn't been good at all because like it's gone really quickly. Like it used to be fun when I was a child. Now I don't want the snow. I was considering putting the snow in, but like for the kids, you want the snow to still be there.
I actually
But,
cried
like-
in the snow twice yesterday. So
See, that's one of the most delightful things about it, though, laughing at other people's misfortunes.
But it wasn't funny for me. I was that person.
And now like when like you have to drive in the snow and like someone put a snowball down someone's back in the middle of a lecture and I'm like, that's just not on.
See, that's great.
That's just taking it a step too
I
far.
had a lovely winter walk earlier all around the lake,
like
and it was
winter.
all frozen
But when it's-
over, and we smashed it up. It was great.
I saw a
January's
duck freezing
awesome.
in the cold. Like, think of the ducks in the snow.
But Alex, my birthday is actually in January. So
But
are you
okay.
arguing for the eradication of me? Because I'm not too sure I'm cool with that. Yeah.
What would I do with you then?
Or
Yeah.
unless it's eradicated in January from now on, in which case you'd never rain.
I'm just thinking, kind
Oh
of
my god, yeah.
Kinda like-
get rid
Like
of it.
Dorian Gray.
Yeah.
Colour cut January a bit. Like,
Make it a bit brighter, sort of.
well, like,
Put
we
out
have like
some
state sponsor. I don't know. Let's do something in January. Like, have a massive
31
fiesta.
days of state-sponsored celebration. 31, 30, something like that.
I don't know. Let's like the government could make everything like all the like the cinema could be free for a month or something, or like we could all. I don't know.
Or even
Invent a religious figure and then make him die in January.
Mm.
And then,
Well,
I wouldn't
Jesus
just move
supposedly did
Christmas.
die on the 6th of January.
Oh.
Little religious fact you there.
Oh, that's good.
So rather than actually sending January to the mailrooms, you just kind of want to reform.
Improve.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
well to be fair, I didn't really have anything walking on the way here, so I was like, this snow is a bit annoying, but I like snow. in general. It's just, I don't know.
The
January.
snow came and went really
It was also
quickly.
New Year's resolution. New Year's resolutions, like, what is the point of them? And I know what the point of them
Have
is.
you ever had a New Year's resolution?
Yeah,
Did
like,
you keep it?
for about 8 months.
That's
I
quite
kept
good.
it, which is quite good.
What was the resolution?
Just do like some exercise every day. I did it.
Oh,
I've been keeping a New Year's resolution for the past 5 years now.
Well then,
What is it?
It's writing in a diary. I've kept a diary for 5 years.
Every single day.
Every single
but
day.
like that's not that hard. Like, I
That's
could be
quite
like,
hard to do every single day.
Every day. It's fairly maybe that could be your New Year's one next year. And
well,
it's
right,
a little
I
something
did,
to
I
look
did
forward
write,
to,
I did
get
write
through
diary for a
January.
bit, and it was like really, I don't like. Well, I don't really see like the pleasure of it, because like
It's
I don't
not
want
just
to
putting
think.
down your thoughts, but you're quite a pessimistic person,
I'm
so
not
I imagine
really.
it
I'm
would
really
be
happy.
very
normally.
depressing.
The thing is, I like coming on this show, but I'm really happy normally.
Maybe if you had
So
a
just-
diary, you could just put all this anger.
I
into
do
it,
like
and you
jot
wouldn't have
things
to come on
down
the
that
show at
amuse
all.
me.
Exactly.
well, it's quite an embitterment show anyway. So hang on, let's just recap what you all said. What was yours? The taps.
A specific set of tabs.
The specific set
On the
of
third
taps.
floor in the library extension.
Have you experienced other taps in that?
Well, I've been to other tabs.
Why don't you just, when the first time this happened, why were you like, these taps aren't for me, and just move
Well,
on?
because I don't want to have to give up the whole of the third floor library extension just
Is
because
there
the taps
just
don't
one
suit
tap?
me, you know?
Well, could you
No,
go
there's
to
three
the?
taps.
Could you go to the fourth floor? And you.
Well,
as-
climb
the
some
second
stairs.
floor. Okay, climb,
Look,
slide
here
down
I
the
am.
banister, then you get a fun experience and clean
I'm
hands.
just on the third floor doing my work, reading a book. Oh, this is nice, and I get the need to go for a wee. I don't want to have to go upstairs or I don't want stairs to be involved in any way whatsoever, really.
Just take some wet wipes in future, you know.
could
With
just say-
antibacterial gel. You're a
If
student
you're going to have a wet
after all.
crotch anyway, just save the time and piss yourself there in the library, and then you're going to have a wet crotch, but you don't need to move.
Or even make it fashionable, as we thought. That if anything, that's got
Soggy
potential.
chic.
It could be the new being nerd, couldn't
Mhm.
it?
Yeah, it could.
I'm incontinent.
Is that
I don't know
going
what to
your
say.
room?
Don't be friends with me. I'm incontinent.
And what was your one, Harry? It was
People who profess to be
Yeah.
mad, nerd, alternative,
that character
naturally
or
eccentric,
like
any.
that sort of
anything.
character of person? Because there's a definite character,
yeah, there
isn't
is.
there?
There's a definite
People who have
type
a
of
shallow,
person.
basically, and have
No,
no,
personality, but want
Yeah.
to pretend like
so
they've got
pretends they're actually
The
interested.
thing is, like, do you think there are people who? Well, there are people who are like mad and nerds, but do you think are they allowed to tell you?
They wouldn't, surely.
No, if you ever say it, it's automatically
I think
comes
if
up.
if you say to
Exactly.
someone else who you think is like a nerd, is like, oh, like, have you seen every episode of Doctor Who? I've seen every episode. I think that's sort of like justifiable.
Are you saying you're such a nerd? In which case you.
No, I'm not
West
saying that. I'm just
Mailroom.
saying. Well, like, I am a bit of a nerd, but I don't go around.
I changed.
didn't-
Just Alex.
Okay,
I
I
just said
didn't
Alex
come on
there.
to be like classic nerd. Like, it just happens to
You
be.
wanted
They
to.
were like driven out.
Perhaps true nerds don't realise that. Well,
I
they
think
probably
they
know
do.
they're nerds, but they don't see it as.
They wouldn't show off about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're more interested in the
they don't
things that
see
they're
it as-
nerdy
yeah.
about than being a nerd,
Exactly.
as opposed to these people who are just arseholes and bastards, really.
Mm.
And what yours was
January.
January.
Yeah.
Well,
Have we figured out whether I die or not if January stops existing?
No, I
That is
don't
a big-
want it to stop
plays a big part of
existing.
my
Like,
vote, really.
like I just want it to be like a bit vavavoom. Maybe
It's
we
all-
could play
yes.
like what's that? Boom Boom Boom. You know that song by
Sure.
Venga Boys. We just play that
I
like
think you're going to have to
non-stop
sing
for
a little
January.
bit.
Boom, boom,
If anything,
boom,
the Suicide
boom.
Camp
I
was
want you in my
January,
room.
surely.
We spend the night together from now until all that'll call me maybe. Any of those.
What a beautiful voice.
It is.
Yeah, they could make a duo, couldn't they?
It'd be pretty good.
Good
These
career
are my
together.
go-to shower songs. I was singing in the shower, and the maintenance man came around, and I was singing The Little Mermaid, and he was like, "What is that?" It was
Dear
great.
God. Yeah, Alex can definitely go in the mailroom as far as I'm concerned. I'll put you in there with all them other people that call themselves classic
To be
nerds.
fair, I'd be the coolest one there. So.
Well, I don't know how many other people have been. You tried to put me on the mailroom once. It
Oh
seems to be
yeah,
a-
I did actually.
to just-
It
yeah.
didn't work. You didn't go with it.
I didn't go with
To
it.
be fair, he'll be in it.
in
If January
charge.
goes, I don't know. We'll see.
Because it's January now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's forget the date.
Would that
So,
mean that I would have
January
been
the
born
15th.
in the mailroom and I'd
If
just spent
we-
my whole life in there?
If
and
we
never
got rid
out?
of January now, would we have to kill ourselves? Be it
You're born in
sort of-
January.
No, but like
We're
we're
in January, aren't
now,
we?
so we'd have to stop
So
it.
we
What is this-
condemn
what
the
is this,
whole
like,
of
fixation with
humanity
death?
to
Like,
mailroom.
I don't understand. Like,
You
We're
need to
saying
think
if
these
you
things
try to
through,
get
Alex.
rid
well,
of
to be fair, I
podcasts
didn't
at
think
the time,
these things
people
through. I was
don't
doing an intensive workout before I came here.
Oh, keeping up the New Year's resolution. Right?
There wasn't a New Year's
Yeah.
resolution.
What? Oh, it wasn't.
Well, no, I don't.
Have you got any this year? Any New Year's resolutions?
No, I tried to go swimming every day.
Have you managed it?
I didn't go yesterday, but I've been most days.
Oh.
I didn't have time to fit it in.
But you said you
don't
don't like New Year's resolutions, yet you keep them.
No, it's not really a New Year's resolution. It's just something I'd like to do anyway. That
Oh, I
happens
see.
at
In
the start of
the new
January.
year, yeah.
I don't know, okay.
That's like saying my New Year's resolution is to eat food.
The thing, yeah, but that's what I was like. The thing is, it's like if you're gonna keep it anyway, do you then continue it next year, and then isn't it just something that do? It's like diets. Like, what's the point of a diet? As soon as you come off the diet, surely you're gonna put on weight.
That's true, yeah. Why not
What is
make
the
a
point?
life change?
Yeah, stop calling it a diet. Like the 30-day diet. So then the rest of your life you just be fat, apart from those 30 days of bliss.
Well, this is a good point. I get to make a decision now. And, one of them is sticking out in my mind as the one, because
Is it the taps?
Don't
No,
think
the
so.
taps.
Surely.
the taps
Well,
are...
the taps.
I mean, that incident, tap thing has happened to me
Yeah.
just
The
once.
thing is, you can change that. You can't change a month.
Well,
You
someone
can just not
should
hang out with
change
those
Is it a
people.
single tap or is it all the
It's
taps?
all 3 taps in
Oh,
that bathroom.
That's quite...
No, if it's one tap, I'd be able to work around it.
It is
You know?
it is a
It's not good
compelling
enough when
compelling
the next
argument.
argument, though, is it?
and I think January. There is a sort of existential issue with January because we would all have to kill
I was
ourselves.
trying to think of something weighty.
something what? Something
Weighty.
weighty.
It's pretty deep.
Something to raise the tone of this show.
Right.
Something metaphysical.
Mm.
So I think on reflection, because those people are so annoying,
So annoying.
and they're such a it's not that they're sort of intrinsically that sort of showy offy,
Yeah.
personality void husk of a person that just has to do these things. They've sort of taken a good hard look at themselves and thought, I have no personality.
I'm going to
Therefore,
pretend.
yeah,
that
I'm going to try and assert that I have more of a personality
Exactly.
than all these other people who are real human beings with thoughts and opinions and that sort of thing. So on reflection, I think I'm going to have to put those people
Those
who
people.
do
Classic
those annoying
those people.
things,
Those
classic
people.
those people into the Westwood Mailroom.
Fantastic.
We would have
See
applause,
you later,
but
Alex.
we don't have an audience. There we go. What is it when you just have one person applauding? Is it an applause? I don't know.
Applauder.
It's one of life's answer questions.
Applaud.
Isn't it? No one knows.
I don't know.
But anyway, if you have been on the chat room, if you're one of the 7 people who have been on the chat room
7?
chatting away, 7, I know. I mean, it's astounding what people will do.
7 deadly sins.
Yeah, one for each. Then you can stop now, or you can carry on if you want, but we're not going to be here.
After show chat.
Yeah, there could be like a behind the scenes extras thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What did you
Um,
think of the show? Discuss with your peers.
Yeah.
You could film me going home on the bus.
That would be fun. You could take one of the cameras home. That would be fun. But until we're on again next week. But until that, I probably won't be here. I'll be doing or something. I don't know. I don't know if you're
We
here.
might be dead.
We
We
might
can
just
die
might
any
just
moment.
vanish from existence entirely.
I was discussing this today, how likely it would be if we spontaneously combusted. And would we know if someone else had done it, not if we'd done it? Like if someone else was in a room next to you, would you know if they spontaneously combusted? Anyway.
I've no idea. Anyway, we'll be back next time. The same time next week. Ta-ra, bye-bye. All wave.